Cooking with Juicy James.
Hey, today we are going to go with a vegetarian dish. This is a hoisin sweet potato mushroom bowl. It's inspired by Asian cuisine. It has a ginger scallion rice with a Sriracha soy mayo. It's delicious. I'm gonna make a ton of it because it's so good. I know I'll eat it for leftovers. I'm just gonna, you can check down in the description below and it'll have a list of the ingredients. All right, first thing we're gonna do is a sweet potato. Now you wanna make sure that you wash all your produce before you start working with it. I've already peeled this sweet potato and now I'm gonna show you how to cut it. So you wanna take off the ends. All right, then I got one of my produce bags I'm using as a trash bag, so that way I can clean as I cook. It's a good habit to get into. And then you would just want to kind of trim the sides to kind of make it as square as possible because you're going to cut it into sticks. The reason we do that is so that we can get a even dice on all of it, so all this potato will cook pretty much at the same time. So that way you don't have some parts that get burnt and some parts that are undercooked. You want them all as uniform as possible. And you achieve that by making these cuts as much as possible. See, now we got like pretty much a rectangle here. All the sides have been trimmed. All right, so now let's go through and we're gonna do like smaller rectangles. There we go. So we got, what, 4 small rectangles, and then take those rectangles and cut those into 1/4-inch sticks. Alright, and then once you got them into the sticks, you just dice them up into little 1/4-inch dices. And that way they'll be uniform and they'll all cook about at the same time, as close to as possible. As you can see, I'm gonna finish up with the other 2 slices. I've already got the other 5 diced up in here. And then we're gonna get the mushrooms next. All right, now with the mushrooms, you're just gonna want to take off the ends of the stem, remove those. And now for this recipe, it calls for quartering them. Now you might get some big fellas like this one. So I'm gonna probably do 1/8 on that one. It's so big. And the button mushrooms, same thing. Take off the bottom and do this one into 1/4. All right, now you take all of the mushrooms and you put them into the bowl with the sweet potato that is diced. And we're gonna put hoisin, salt and pepper on them, and we're gonna toss and mix it. Okay, so there's the mushrooms and the sweet potatoes. Now with the scallions, you just wanna take off the ends. And then we're gonna separate the whites from the greens. We're gonna use these in our rice. We're gonna use the whites. I'm gonna finish all of these with the scallions. We're gonna get these done. And then I'll show you the trick with the bell pepper. All right, now with the red bell pepper, you're gonna wanna take the top off. Slice all the way down, remove that, and then find where the bottom is, and slice all the way down so you get a good cut. Get rid of those parts. And then, now I saw this in a competition show, which I thought was really cool. You get it all cut open like that, you slice it down, and then you can just trim it from the inside to get all the ribs, all the seeds out. If you're really careful, you can just go through, do it real slick like. This last one's gonna be good. But same principle, you're just gonna get rid of the ribs and the seeds, because those don't have much flavor. They don't actually taste very good. So we got all of those done, seeds are out. That was quick. And then now you just cut them into sticks. Same that we've been doing before. Now these are going to be separate. You want to put them somewhere separate because they're going to go in a different sheet pan than the mushrooms and the sweet potatoes. Once we got those ribs and seeds removed, like I said, we're just going to do sticks, go through, put it all down like that, get a bunch of sticks. Then you want to get nice even chop on these so that they all cook about the same time. And then we're putting them in a separate bowl, and then we're going to put them on a foil lined baking sheet with either canola oil or some kind of cooking oil underneath so it doesn't stick. And first we're going to season these mushrooms with hoisin and with salt and pepper. All right, now it's time to get cooking. Like I said, it's easy. You want to have your oven preheated at 425. We're going to use 2 separate sheet pans. You're going to go ahead and spray it real good. Now I'm going to do the, I'm not going to put it in, I'm going to put them in at the same time, but we're going to use the red bell pepper first. That has less stuff involved. So I'm going to get it spread out nice and even. And then you're just going to season this with salt and pepper, okay? So make sure you're seasoning it from up top so you can see how much salt you're putting on. Get a decent amount, not too much. And then pepper. All right. And then we'll pop this in when we pop in the sweet potato and mushrooms. So we're gonna do that next. All right, for the mushroom and the sweet potato, we're gonna take about 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. Smells really good. It's really 1. There's about 2. Maybe a little bit more, 2.5 we'll call it. Hoisin sauce is really good. And then salt and pepper. A nice big pinch of salt. Pepper. And then we're just gonna mix it in. Now you can toss it if you got a bigger bowl. Didn't have a biggest, this is the biggest bowl I had, so we're just making it work. And get that hoisin sauce all in there. Oh, we got jumpers. It's all right. Cleanup is fun. All right, get it all mixed in, and then once we get it mixed in, we're gonna pop them on a sprayed sheet, sprayed aluminum lined baking sheet, just like we did with the red peppers. But I really like the idea of using 2 different types of mushrooms in this, just to get some variety. The button mushrooms don't have as much flavor, but I know it adds they look different. You know, you eat with your eyes first, they say, so. All right, that's pretty good, pretty well mixed. All right, same deal with the larger baking sheet. We're gonna get it sprayed with canola oil real well. And then we're just going to take the hoisin sweet potato mushroom mixture, pour that on there. Get it all nice and even. Like I said, this is gonna make a whole bunch. Don't be afraid to get in there too with your hands. You can always watch them later. I give it a once over with some more salt and pepper, just to make sure we got it real good. All right, and then we're gonna pop it in the oven at 425 for 15 minutes, and then we're gonna flip everything and toss it with another coat of hoisin sauce. All right, we're gonna get the scallion rice started. The ginger scallion rice. First thing you wanna do is put the 2 tablespoons of butter in. Now I like to do this on like more of a lower heat so that you don't risk burning anything here. Just for a minute while the butter gets melted, and then once you start smelling the aroma, that's when you know that it's time to start getting the water in there and getting it ready. So you want to put in about 2 tablespoons. There's about 1 of minced ginger. All right, now let's stir it in there. You can see. It's already smelling good. Now, if you, I know this is a vegetarian dish, but if you wanted to put in some like ground pork or like a pork tenderloin or something like that, you could totally turn this into a meat dish, very simply. But it's so good. There's so much stuff going on as is. You know, I felt like it's not bad to have a. Oh, got a hoisin on me. That's how you know you're cooking. You're making a mess. It's so good, you know. I might as well keep it vegetarian. Not a bad deal. All right, it's starting to smell, so let's turn it up a little bit. And then we're gonna use 1 cup of jasmine rice. Just do what the instructions on the bag say. This says for 1 cup of rice, you're gonna do 1 3/4 cup of water. And then you bring it to a boil, and then you add the rice. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of salt in there once it starts boiling. And then put the rice in there. And then you're gonna put the lid back on and then let it simmer for 15 minutes. Now, meanwhile, we've got the sweet potatoes and the mushrooms and the red pepper all cooking in the oven at 425. All right, now it's starting to sizzle, so let's go ahead and get the water in there. All right, now once this starts boiling, we'll add the rice and then we'll put the lid on and then let it simmer for 15 minutes on low heat. Once the sweet potatoes and the mushrooms get to 15-minute mark, I'm gonna take them out and flip them and add more hoisin sauce to it. All right, everything's cooking away, so we're going to do the sauce now. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. 2 tablespoons of sour cream. And then I'm actually gonna measure the soy sauce. We want 2 tablespoons of soy sauce as well. There you go, 1. 2. Add as much Sriracha as you like. That's probably a good tablespoon or so. Let's get it all mixed up. With the sauce, I'm looking more for like a color. I'm gonna taste it as I go and see if it needs more heat or not. Because I like that Sriracha heat. This thing needs it. You want this to be really flavorful sauce. It's a nice counterbalance, like a sweet and a heat with the hoisin and the Sriracha mayo. Sriracha soy mayo. All right, we'll come back to that. Let's get the sweet potatoes and mushrooms out. After that initial blowout, here we go. Looking good. Big spatula, hoisin, and some sesame seeds. So about another 2 tablespoons or more. Just gonna go all the way down. And a little bit in the middle. There you go. Some sesame seed. Just some. We're gonna garnish with some as well. And then also garnish with the scallion greens that we cut earlier. Now this is going to be a huge serving. Like I said, it makes it so good. It makes I like making a giant serving so I can eat it for 3 or 4 days. But this is like serves probably 6, maybe 8. So if you got a really large family or you got people coming over, this is a good one to have. Also wouldn't be bad as just like a side as well. If you just wanted to have a vegetarian side to go along with some kind of, you know, meat dish or something. That's what Juicy James is doing, always looking to help. So this is a Tuesday night meal for us, so we're gonna just take it a little bit longer because there's so much prep work involved in this. There we go. Make sure they're all spread back out evenly. All right, now that they've all been tossed, you want to put it back in the oven for about 7 or 8 minutes until the hoisin starts glistening. All right, back in you go. And then once it's done, I'll come back and we'll do some plating. All right. So I had to get the whisk out to make sure it got smooth, but this is about the color that we're looking for on the Sriracha soy mayo. And everything looks really good. All right, so you want to go ahead and fluff your rice, your scallion ginger rice. With a spoon or a fork. Nice and mixed up. I turned it off at heat and just left it covered. That's why it's still all simming, why it's still all steaming. And you want to season with a little bit of salt. Just a touch. Alright, so let's get this puppy plated up. Alright, get a couple of scoops of rice in there. Get one good spatula full of this. Maybe 1.5, there we go. I'll be able to see that there's rice there, so we kind of push it towards the middle. And then, you know, these bell peppers add a nice color, like a nice red to it all. As you can see, some of these are a little bit toasty on the bottom, but that's all right. My wife likes a little char. Sriracha soy on. I could do a little VZW kind of drizzle shape here. I'll serve this on the side as well because you might want more. All right, so we got the Sriracha soy on there. Oop, a little bit of scallion green. A little bit of sesame seed. And voila. The hoisin sweet potato mushroom with ginger, scallion rice, and a sriracha soy mayo. Hope you enjoy it.